Hello, it's Oksana. This is going to be my food empties video for the month of April, and I'm pretty sure I did not do this video last month. So there's some things on the bottom of this bag that I'll get to that are probably pretty old that I'll have to remember what I wanted to tell you about them. But some things right on the top here that I've eaten recently is Ben & Jerry's came out with new ice cream flavors, and this video tends to be like natural, organic, healthy, but obviously this isn't, but it's also real. You know, I eat ice cream even though I try not to. Every once in a while I will have a really bad craving and I'll get some. So I wanted to tell you about this Ben & Jerry's flavor, Caramel Sutra Core, and they have quite a few of these flavors with the core, and I love it. Like both this particular flavor, but also the concept and like this new type of ice cream. I'll tell you what it's like. Basically, you have two flavors of ice cream side by side. They're not swirled together. So you have this chocolate one with little chocolate chips, and then you have a caramel flavored ice cream, I think is what it is. Yeah. And right in the center of that, so, oh, here we go. This is a good picture. Like this, and then right in the center you have just straight up caramel going down the center, and this is so good. The caramel part is so good, you're gonna want to like scoop it all out before you eat the ice cream. So I love ice cream with like lots of different things in it, lots of flavors. I always get, you know, non-plain ones. I always get flavors with, you know, pieces of cookies, pieces of chocolate, whatever, because I like that. So if you like that too, then I think you will like this concept. I know some people like, you know, they'll just like a straight up, like they'll like vanilla or chocolate. They don't really like anything funky. So I don't know if you will like it in that case, but I just thought it was really good. And I like Ben & Jerry's. That when I do break down and get ice cream, I usually will get Ben & Jerry's or another brand called Three Twins or something like that from Whole Foods, which is organic, so I really like that. But Ben & Jerry's tends to be easier to find and cheaper, and they are not organic and like super duper 100% natural, but they try to be mostly natural, and they try to, you know, use like it says, we source non-GMO ingredients, fair trade cocoa, sugar, and vanilla. Eggs are, you know, from cage-free hens. Milk is, it says from happy cows, so I don't know what it means. But I know somewhere it said before they get milk that's not treated with that human growth, or not human growth hormone, the growth hormone stuff, like RGBH, whatever it is. So, really good is that ice cream. And then this is an older item. I didn't eat this recently, but I had a little play date at my house that I hosted, and so I think there's a few things in here from that. I bought some snacks and treats to just serve to other people, and this was one of the things I bought. These are organic truffles from Earth Fare. Earth Fare is kind of like Whole Foods, but a little bit smaller. I don't know if maybe you happen to have one by you. I don't think they're in every state, but these have really nice ingredients. They have, they're obviously all organic, but they have, you know, cocoa butter, organic cocoa powder. The only thing they have is soy lecithin if you're avoiding soy, but the lecithin is something that there's usually just a little bit of, and it's organic, so it's not going to be GMO soy. And these are really nice, like melt in your mouth truffles, really, really soft. So these were a big hit and people enjoyed them. And these cookies are lovely too. These are the Jovial Organic Acorn cookies, and this is an ancient type of wheat that supposedly even some people with gluten sensitivities can eat, because this is like the most ancient grain of wheat or something like that. And I really like these. They're not too sweet. Have I mentioned these before? I feel like I mentioned them before in another video. I think I did. They're organic, and so that's pretty much it about those. They're good. And then might as well just talk about all the sweets first. I have these bars from Dr. Mercola. They're organic coca cassava bars. They have tapioca syrup, tapioca flour. I'm pretty sure they're gluten-free because tapioca, there's no ingredients on here. Oh yeah, there is. Okay, yeah. So I think that they are, they're definitely soy-free. They have chia seeds in them. I've shown these before in a haul. They look like a chocolate brownie type thing. They are, they don't have like wheat or anything like that. So unless some random thing that I don't know about has gluten, I'm pretty sure these are gluten-free. So that is that. These are really nice, good snack too, and good for kids if you're gonna give your kid like some kind of treat or snack. That's what I like these for, is for my daughter, because they break really well, so you can break off a little piece, and I feel comfortable with the ingredients of them. Then some rice. I cooked up this rice. This is organic Madagascar pink rice. It looks like that. And I was really interested in it. It says that they use 50% less water, and it's called more crop per drop, like the way that they harvest this rice. It doesn't really go into great detail or anything, but it talks about how flooding rice fields consumes up to 1/3 of the Earth's annual freshwater supplies, and they use system of rice intensification, which requires a lot less water. And the reason that I was interested in this is because, yes, you know, I care about the fact that, you know, I don't want to waste water. There's people that don't have clean water, and we're, you know, using fresh water for this. So yes, that aspect of it is absolutely nice. And another thing is that rice, I try not to eat a ton of rice because it has, it concentrates arsenic in the grain. And so you can be getting quite a bit of arsenic because there's a lot of arsenic in water and the soil, just everywhere now, because our earth is so polluted. And as also it can be there naturally, not even specifically from pollution. And rice, unlike other grains, it'll just concentrate it. So it may be there, you know, for all these plants, but none of them absorb it and keep it inside as much as rice does. That's why there's that danger, especially if you're going to be giving it to kids and stuff like that. And so this fascinated me. If there's less water, because that's the majority of the arsenic, I think it absorbs from the water. I wonder if this would have less. I'm not sure, but that kind of fascinated me, and so that was another reason I wanted to try this. And I actually really liked this pink rice. Like, I like the flavor of it. It tasted quite different than other rice that I've tried, and I really enjoyed it. I'm not really good at describing flavors like that, but it was, yeah, I don't even know how to describe it. But it was different. It was different than regular rice, and I liked it. So there's that. Then I tried this Happy Pho Vietnamese brown rice noodle soup. It looks like this, and you can make it as a soup or as a stir fry. There's little directions on the side here. For the stir fry, you would cook the noodles and then you would stir fry it with, I think it talks about mushrooms. I used mushrooms when I did this. And it has a seasoning packet. So the noodles are just brown rice, water, and organic green tea and salt. And the spices, I think this is the garlic goodness flavor. I don't know if they had any other flavor, but it's organic star anise, organic Saigon cinnamon, garlic, spring onion, black cardamom, and ginger. And I was not the biggest fan of the flavor. It was just kind of strange to me. Like, it wasn't very good. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like, oh, I can't wait to buy these again or anything like that. But the noodles were nice. I love rice noodles. That's something that I really, really love. I love Thai food especially because they have a lot of dishes with rice noodles. So maybe you would like this flavor. Maybe you won't. It's hard to tell because it's such a subjective thing, you know, for every person that's like, oh, I don't like that flavor. There's so many others that love it. So it's non-GMO project verified, and a lot of ingredients are organic, although this isn't officially certified organic. And quick, easy meal, definitely worth a try. They might have some other flavors. Maybe there's another flavor that's better. But this was nice. And then let's see here. Oh, I remember this. This is so long ago that I cooked this. It is Andean Dream quinoa pasta, gluten and corn free, organic. So let's see, I think I remember why I bought this. Okay, so the only ingredient in here is organic rice flour and organic quinoa flour. Oh, okay. I did not necessarily want, I liked this, it tasted good. I was hoping to find something that didn't have rice flour. I wanted to get pasta and I didn't find anything, and I ended up buying this, and I figured, well, at least it has, or it's not quinoa, it's quinoa, I always say it wrong, but at least it, you know, is diluted with the quinoa, so it's not just straight up rice powder, rice flour, because as I just mentioned earlier, I try not to eat a ton of rice because of that whole arsenic thing. A little bit I think is fine, but I don't want to like eat it every day and having pasta and just regular rice and all of this. So I couldn't find anything that was just, you know, straight up quinoa or straight up something that's not rice, but bought this mixture and it was fine. It wasn't like the most amazing pasta I've ever had or anything, but it was decent. So there's that. And I went through this tea, which was delicious. This is the goji raspberry. I have another bottle already of this. Oh, this was a long time ago I had this. I bought this tiny little pizza, chicken and barbecue, little individual pizza from Whole Foods. I try not to eat too much processed food, but if I were, you know, I would just make sure that it's organic, it's got good ingredients. You can't really control like certain aspects of processed food. Like when I cook at home, I make sure my pans don't have Teflon and like all these other things. You know, I don't use a microwave. And of course, you don't know that kind of information about processed food, but if you need something in a pinch, frozen pizza is quick and easy and very simple. And this was good. This was really good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. So there's that. Let's see what is here. All the way on the bottom. Okay, so I finished this gigantic bottle of whey protein by Dr. Mercola. And they have flavors, but I personally recommend getting the non-flavored one and then adding a little bit of, so you mix this into milk. It's just a whey powder. And you can add raw honey or a little bit of maple syrup. You can add stevia. I have liquid stevia extract. That actually works well in this drink. I feel like for me, stevia sometimes has an odd taste to it or weird like bitterness or aftertaste. But in certain foods, it is minimized and it pretty much tastes like sugar. And this is one of those foods. Just a few drops of stevia will give you just a hint of sweetness and it'll make it really nice. No bitterness. And I prefer that because the flavors, they don't just have flavor, they have a bunch of other added ingredients. So I would rather just have really, really basic. Like this literally only has whey protein concentrate and sunflower lecithin. So that's it. No soy. Something nice about this, I don't know if it says it on here, but I read it about on his website how it's from organic, grass-fed. I don't know if it says it anywhere else. But it, you know, talks about like the quality of the whey, like where it comes from and what makes some whey, you know, better than others and stuff like that. So I don't remember the exact details, but this is really good for you. This is great in the morning if you don't have time to eat breakfast. I just kind of made this drink. I made it for myself. I made it for my daughter on days where I feel like she's just being really picky and not eating anything, and I'm concerned that she's like not getting enough sustenance, you know, because it's just lots and lots of protein. So this will help give you energy, help keep your body running, and this was good. So there's that, and two last things. One is not a food, but I used up this organic unrefined virgin coconut oil, and I'm using right now the Vitacost brand. Just have a huge tub of it. This is nice. It's just more expensive than the Vitacost. And I think I just was out and I needed something in a pinch, and so I just bought this at Whole Foods. And then the Simply Saline Nasal Mist Allergy and Sinus Relief. It's just got saline solution, so it's got water, salt, and this one also has baking soda. The sinus one does. They have one that doesn't also. And I don't want to say I get sick a lot. I do get sick quite a bit, but it always turns into like a sinus situation, and so this works really, really well. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before in other videos. I think I have like a natural home remedies video I mentioned it in, but it's not a food, but just kind of an empty. I try to throw a few things here at the end that I have to mention for you, but I really, really like this, and it helps if you're prone to sinus infections like me. It helps decrease your chances of getting one when you're sick, because you just like go like this and spray it in your nose, and then it tilts your head and it comes out your other nostril. So it kind of disinfects, rinses out any you know, germs and stuff like that. I don't want to get, you know, I don't want to gross people out. I know when it comes to nose stuff, people are like, oh, boogers, so I don't want to talk too much about it, but you know, I think this is a good product, and it's actually like pretty natural ingredients wise too. A lot of these sprays, I haven't traditionally been buying sprays like this, because when I look in the ingredients, it's always like all these weird things and then preservative, and so this is really basic. So I was impressed that it's just like a mainstream drugstore brand and doesn't have preservatives in there. It's because it's in this pressurized can, so nothing's getting back in, so they don't need preservatives. So that is it. These are my food empties and one non-food empty for the month of April. Hopefully you enjoyed watching me chat with you about all these products, and maybe it was helpful to you, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.